Hi babes, we wanted to share, I actually wanted to interview style with Danette and ask you some commonly asked questions. So one of the things I get a lot is if I have smaller shaped eyes, which lash should I go with?
Okay, so the two absolute best for smaller eyes and hooded eyes as well is going to be Jules and Penelope. And the reason why is because they are our shortest and they're also extremely tapered, so they give a really nice lift.
So what about someone who is like totally fresh to this, they don't want to buy a set and be like, they want to ease their way in, they want a more natural look. What do you usually suggest?
I would suggest Jules. I feel like she's pretty safe with everyone, and I actually designed Jules for my mother because she's absolutely stunning for 60. I mean, not for any age, but
insane.
She's
actually
62, and so her eyes are a little bit hooded. And I tried Giselle on her. I tried all of them on her, and they just weren't quite perfect. So I did the measurements to where she was shorter but very tapered. So it looks absolutely stunning on smaller eyes, hooded eyes, Asian eyes, anything like that.
Yeah, I know our friend Lala is like obsessed with Jules.
Yep.
And so it's her go-to because she does have a smaller lid space. So if you're someone that has
if you don't have a lot of lid space, then definitely Jules or Penelope. Penelope's going to be a little bit, actually a little bit shorter than Jules, but like thicker.
Yeah. Yeah. Just for reference, guys, my shaped eyes are considered medium. So I don't have a ton of lid space, but I've got enough to wear a little bit more of a dramatic lash. And then Danette is rocking those large eyes.
Large and in charge.
She can rock any lash because she got plenty of space. So if you're someone who has a larger eye and maybe you've tried lashes in the past and they haven't actually been long enough for you, which I've actually had come up in conversation with some of the girls, you're not going to have a problem with these specific lashes because they are extra long, which is why most of us have to cut the band to size when we receive them, which I think is a great thing because you want it to feel like a custom fit, and that's the beauty of them, is whether you do have these beautiful, large, beautiful eyes, or you have medium, or you even have small, you can kind of get them to work with what you've got. So, what if somebody is like, they want the perfect date night lash for them? Something that's like in between being extreme, like they're not going clubbing, but they're going on a date with their husband, they want to feel baba boom.
So Virginia is always my date night. If it's like a casual, like movie kind of night, then I may do Giselle, but I wear Giselle all the time anyways.
Yeah, so just so you guys know, Giselle is like my all day, every day, anytime. She kind of goes with any mood.
She's our homegirl.
Yes, yes. And then I actually rocked Virginia for the first time on date night the other night. And it was like, what? I don't know, my eyes felt like they went from like, little stuff. So they were incredible. And then what about somebody who, like they are in with lashes, they want the pop. Where do they go?
Sasha. Sasha Fierce. I actually named her after Beyonce. So Sasha is definitely, she's great for stage. She's great for photos. It looks absolutely stunning in photos. She's not going to do well on smaller eyes. So if you have smaller eyes, do not try Sasha. Or Anastasia. She's pretty long too.
Where does Scarlett fit into the mix? Because that's the one I haven't heard you mention.
Okay, Scarlett is like becoming one of my new favorites. She's like one step up from the Fancy Factor with Giselle.
Okay.
So she's a tiny bit longer, just a tiny bit more dramatic.
Okay.
And the band is just slightly more stiff, but still super comfortable.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So that should give you guys a little bit of a base on the lash for you. As I mentioned, my all day, every day go-to is Giselle. But I absolutely if I am just kind of on the casual in something a lot like this. Earlier I was rocking Penelope, and she's perfect, just for a little pop, but not something that's too crazy. And then date night special, just like I said recently, Virginia just was solid. So I highly recommend those if you have similar eyes to this. Smaller eyes, like she mentioned, Jules is perfection.
Yeah, she's perfect for anyone.
And then if you like the extreme, Sasha Fierce, Anastasia.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things that keeps popping up on my Instagram is people that have never used a lash or they've only ever had them applied to them, and they are scared to death that they are going to be like lash incapable. And they're afraid. They want to wear them, they want to rock them, but they are afraid to take that leap. So what do you suggest to somebody that is in that place? One, what will they need, you know, to start out when they've never bought lashes before? And then number two, you know, explain like how easy or what some of the common mistakes are when people are making or putting on their lashes that they can avoid.
So I find that with newbies, and even like I wouldn't exactly call myself an eyelash newbie, but I feel like this little tool right here makes it so easy. I mean, it really makes it idiot proof. You basically put the lash in here, and I'll show you guys how to do that. Put the lash in here, let the glue get tacky, and literally put the compact, I like to put it a little bit lower so I can see what I'm doing, pop it on, and if it's not perfect, like it's not like a Sharpie, like you can take it off and try again as many times as you need to. But yeah, I mean, you should definitely not be afraid. It's well worth it.
And honestly, the clear glue, especially if you're like a newbie,
yeah.
The black glue, for those of you who are looking and you're trying to decide which one's right for you, the black one, if you mess it up, it is going to smear a little bit. So I recommend that for someone who's more like Danette, kind of used to it. It is great because it goes on black, just like where your eyeliner is. But the clear glue allows you to kind of take it on and off and not mess up the rest of your makeup. Do you use mascara and eyeliner is another question that I receive.
Yeah, so you don't have to, but I find that it just makes the lash blend a little bit better if you put mascara on first, because if you do powder or eyeshadow first, you might have a little fallout from that. So the mascara just kind of makes it like clean, and then if you have light lashes, it definitely makes it blend a lot better. And the same with eyeliner, like it makes it more of a seamless look, but again, not required. The most important thing is getting it as close to your natural lash as possible.
Yeah, so you don't have to do a super thick eyeliner. And I think that's what people need to understand. I mean, we're talking like the thinnest of thin. I know both of us use like a liquid liner that's really easy to apply. And it doesn't have to be this super dramatic, you know, makeup look if that's not your thing. But I do think it does blend really, really well with the band. Yeah.
And when I don't want to wear eyeliner, I just get a little bit of black eyeshadow
That's it.
in like a, what is it, like a pencil brush, like a fine tipped makeup brush, and just kind of go over, just so it just kind of blends in and looks great.
You want to put the mascara on before the lash,
and
not
let it
after.
dry. Let it dry, yeah.
Because you'll compromise the quality of the lash.
Absolutely.
Doing it afterwards.
Yep, great point.
Okay, so I know that one of the things that I have dealt with, and I think I made a mistake with in the beginning, is that I would put on a lash and maybe, I don't know if I didn't cut it enough or what, but it would be like poking me and I would start to like get these little tears going. So what do you suggest when somebody's having that happen? Does that mean they got the wrong lash, or what does that mean?
No, it just means it either needs to be trimmed a little bit more or you put it too far in the inner corner. And I still do that sometimes, so it's not just a newbie thing.
Yeah, me too.
There's many times where I'm like, after like 5 minutes, I'm like, I can blink it out. And I just simply need to pull it off and redo it. But two of the most common things are putting it too far on the outside or not cutting it enough. But if it all feels uncomfortable or pokey, then it's not cut right or not applied right.
Where do you usually stop when it comes to like the inner corners? Where do you like it to start?
Okay, so I have a really great tip. My eyes are kind of close set. So I think what you're supposed to do, I learned in cosmetology school, is you're supposed to take the length of your eye, this is a cool tip, and that's how far apart your eyes should be. And if they're closer than that, then you have close set eyes. If they're further away, then you have...
Can I get a balloon?
Sure.
We'll keep that in.
Yeah. Hi, Cassie.
This is mom life, guys. This is how you run a huge business.
Hi,
Balloons.
sweetie. Yeah.
So I've never actually heard of that before.
Okay, isn't that brilliant?
Yeah, that's cool.
So my eyes are slightly close set. So I like to keep mine more on the outside. So someone who has eyes that are a little bit further apart, maybe, you can stand to put them in a little bit. So I have mine, I like them to end right before my natural lashes.
Same, and that also is typically where, me personally, I get stabbed. So if it's too long, I get, you know, the irritation goes there. And so all it means is I just take them off and pop them just a little bit further out, so that way I'm not having. And then another thing, like you mentioned, with people putting them too far out this way, you can get droopy eye. If your eyelashes are like this is not a good thing. Nobody
Yeah.
wants that. Everybody wants the wing. You want to bring your eyes up.
Yeah.
So making sure that the right cut to make sure that you got that look going on. You want to look fresh and lifted, not sad. So just FYI. Hi everybody.
Hi.
Person that's
What are you doing? Anyway? No?
well, it was like kind of messed up. Oh gosh. I felt something.
Girl code.
Hold on. Make sure we're good. Gavin.
Oh, that would be so cute to put in, actually.
Girl code. You can also use those scissors to clip your nose hair.
Your little cliffhangers, yeah.
Whoa, I'll just say it was clear glue. So one of the biggest things that I've seen pop up on my feed. Sorry, she's still looking for my boogers.
I got the
Dang it. Okay. Cut. Okay.
So, I mean, obviously it's just like anything, just like riding a bike. It's going to take a few tries to get it perfect, but anything worth doing well is worth doing. Wait, what is the saying?
Let's see. Anything worth
It's
doing
well
is
worth
worth
it.
doing well.
Yeah. Ish.
No.
Okay.
I don't know, but it's worth it
Yeah.
to learn.
Yes. Well worth it.